Constantly disrespected, the Ice type has always been considered a low-tier typing in Pokemon, but not by me. I've always felt at one with my icy homies, and I say with pride that the Ice type has always been my favorite. To put more respect on my winter-loving friends, we're going on an Ice Lock adventure. The mission: beat Pokemon Scarlet using only 6 Ice-type Pokemon. Defeat every Titan, every Star Boss, every gym, our rival Nemona, and even Professor Sada. Since there's hardly any access to Ice types early on in Pokemon Scarlet, I've selected 4 Ice types to join our team that I've transferred over from Pokemon Home, and they'll join us one at a time throughout our journey. The last 2 Pokemon for the team we'll catch in the Ice region later. There's a few rules. The main thing you need to know: we can't use potions in battle, we're also playing on set mode, held items are okay to use, and we'll do our best not to overlevel. I tried to customize our character to take on the icy vibes of our team. Turns out we just look like an 80-year-old man trapped in a 12-year-old's body. Sorry, team. Our first decision was perhaps the most critical of the entire playthrough. Tech speed, fast. Woo! Hours saved. Director Clavel introduced us to the Paldean starters, but the last time I checked, none of you are Ice types, so that's a big no from me. To make our journey as challenging as possible, we're giving Nemona a Skeleturge, so we'll take Quaxley, which can sit in the box and remain a level 5 forever. After mashing A through the opening sequence, it's time to introduce you to our real starter. Welcome to the Team Storm. Alolan Ninetales is my favorite Ice type, so we had to have it on the squad. And Storm brings the storm with Snow Warning. Storm beat up some Hoppips to get up to level, except for this one crafty Hoppip, which seemed to know it was 4 times weak to Ice and refused to come down in battle. Pretty smart, actually. Storm chased off a couple Houndour, and we took on Arven in our first battle. No problem for Storm. We met up with Nemona, who seems to have a weird hate-on for our Ice types. Not sure what that's about. Not to fear though, I believe in our Icy ones. Since Nemona will have 2 Pokemon in our first battle with her, it's time to add another member to our team. Welcome aboard, Prancer. Why Prancer? Look at the way she moves, clearly a Prancer. In case you're wondering, Prancer's ability, Thick Fat, which should help us against those pesky fire types. Time to take on Nemona. Prancer led for us and whittled down Fuecoco, and then holy, way too close. Time for our starter to come in. Storm swapped in to take down Fuecoco. To cheese our way past Palmy, Storm disabled Thundershock, leaving Palmy with no moves. It was forced to struggle. A W for us. After getting my foot unstuck from the concrete in Mesagosa, more mashing of the A button to get our marching orders to take down the Titans, Team Star, and the Gym Challenge. Time to grow the Ice team and add another Pokemon. Nope, none of these will do. Luckily, I have a Pokemon ready to go. Welcome to the team, Zoom. Zoom has the Slush Rush ability to go super fast in the snow, a perfect teammate for Storm. Time for more Hoppip destruction to get up to level. All 3 of our Pokemon are Ice Stone evolutions, so we need to make the long trip to the Ice region to collect an Ice Stone. No, Arven, we're not ready to take on Great Tusk. We're like level 10, can you chill for 2 seconds? At last, the Ice Stone we needed. In a snowstorm on the mountain, I couldn't think of a better Pokemon to evolve than our starter. Holy moveset! We made our way to the Ice region to collect another Ice Stone, and oh my...
Oh, no matter where we go, oh, my heart is yours to own.
I'll come for you later, my preciouses. Okay, Caddy isn't ready for us, and neither is the Olive Roll Challenge. Caddy led with Nimble, Storm went in for us, and well, yeah. After blasting away 2 bugs, I swapped in Zoom to get a little experience. Zoom locked into rollout, but the snow ended, Teddy Ursa outsped us, and all of a sudden, Zoom was in danger. But a last rollout clinched the win. Our confidence was growing as we pivoted to a battle against the giant Klawf. Storm carried us once again, firing off dazzling gleams and blizzards to push us past the giant crab. Now you can jump off that windmill all you want, Brassius, but I don't think it's going to help you against our ice types. Storm obliterated Petalil and then set up an Aurora Veil. Razor Leaf? Really, Brassius? Bye! Another blizzard from Storm. Prancer came in for cleanup duty and finished off Pseudo Wudo. A second gym badge secured. On our way to face the Bird Titan, we picked up Swords Dance for Zoom. Bombardier is weak to ice, so I'm not too worried, but wow, that rock throw hurts. Zoom terastallized and took out the bird with a Swords Dance boosted Metal Claw. Eat your yummies, bird, it's not going to help you. Zoom attacked with a couple Metal Claws in round 2, and Titan defeated. And after the big win, Zoom evolved. With our team only getting stronger, we sought out our first team starbase. Dark leader Giacomo led with Poniard. Storm was jacked up, but it's a terrible matchup for him, so we're swapping into Zoom. Low kick, see you later. The Starmobile came out and annoyingly landed an Intimidate. Zoom ate up a couple snarls and whittled down the car with low kicks. Prancer swapped in and finished off the battle with a big terastallized ice shard. Wow. Kind of pitiful damage there, Prancer. Storm came in and launched a dazzling gleam. GG Giacomo. Ashamed at the lack of damage done by an ice shard, Prancer asked to evolve. I know that face looks happy, but that's just Prancer's resting face. Don't let the gleeful prancing fool you. Prancer wants to ascend to see Titan land. Unfortunately, I don't know where to find a third ice stone, so Prancer is taking a little trip to Pokemon Violet to get an ice stone. Hey, welcome back, buddy. Wow. Moving around more like Stomper than Prancer in this new form, eh? Ah, not the face! Next up for the squad is a battle with Electric Gym Leader Iono. But first, we need to add another team member to the All Ice squad. A creature said to be a leader of all ice monsters.
What did you see, old man?
Gojira.
Welcome in Godzilla, the Frigibax. Terra-type ice, thermal exchange the ability, which boosts Godzilla's attack if hit by a fire move. Godzilla got up to a proper level by, you guessed it, destroying a bunch of Hoppips, and honestly, she enjoyed it a little bit too much. Even as a Frigibax, Godzilla is absolutely terrifying. Before our battle with Iono, Nemona rudely interrupted us, so we held nothing back. Prancer sent Rockruff into the Shadow Realm with a liquidation. Pommy went to the same realm after getting hammered by an Ice Punch. Even Nemona's starter couldn't save her. Prancer set up a Rain Dance and another liquidation. Down goes Nemona. Once her Crocolore evolves into a Skeleturge, it'll be really tough for our team, but in its current form, not a threat. Sorry for the interruption, Iono. Let's do this. Little Godzilla led for us and forced a switch with a Dragon Tail. Miss Magius popped out. We went to Prancer, who was holding a Persim Berry to shake off the incoming Confuse Ray. An Ice Punch and an Ice Shard did away with Iono's ace. Belly Bolt also got erased by Prancer after a couple Ice Punches. Storm brought out the Blizzard to both Luxio and Wattrel to close out the battle. Our ice team is rolling. The smooth sailing might be over though. Team Star Leader Mella's fire types are up next. Prancer's Rain Dance shifted the weather in our favor against Mella's Torkoal. With our thick fat ability and the rain being up, Torkoal couldn't do much to us. 2 liquidations finished off the turtle. Prancer stayed in and fired off another liquidation. Big damage. Blazing Torque wasn't hurting us too badly, and with 1 turn of rain left, Prancer asserted ice dominance by finishing off the Firemobile. Another challenge down. We're feeling pretty good. Okay, Worm, can you stay still for 1 second? A steel type, so you're not going to like this. The power herbs are not going to make the difference, big dog. Come on now. Can anyone challenge the Ice Squad? It is sub-zero right now, and it's only getting colder. Even Kofu took off running at the sight of our team. Eventually we caught up to the water-type gym leader, and I'll be honest, I was incredibly unprepared for this battle. I just waltzed over to Kofu thinking it would be a cakewalk since for once we didn't really have to worry about super effective damage coming our way. I didn't optimize our moves at all, just strolled on into the gym expecting a W. Thankfully, Veluza was doing nothing to Zoom, so Zoom Swords Danced 3 straight times to get maxed out attack, and Veluza went down after a couple low kicks. I don't know why I wasn't using Iron Head. Sometimes my brain just shuts off. Zoom was going to get outsped by Wugtrio, but I was confident it could live a hit, so Zoom stayed in for another low kick, Wugtrio survived, somehow, and Storm had to switch in. Time for an Aurora Veil. With our defenses boosted, Storm cleared Wugtrio from the field with a dazzling gleam. Kofu sent out his best Pokemon, Crabominable. Storm and Crabominable exchanged attacks, and thanks to Aurora Veil and the snow boosting our defense, Storm came out on top. Another gym badge in the pocket. Even Kofu was considering becoming an Ice-type trainer. Nice to see my favorite type getting a little respect on this run. With Poison Team leader Atticus on the horizon, we took to the desert to defeat the trainers needed to get the TM for Earthquake. I'll admit the shiny items were a little bit distracting, but we knocked out the trainers, no problem. Ah, thank you, good sir. Zoom learned Earthquake, and we crafted another Earthquake TM to teach to Godzilla should she reach her Baxcalibur form. A quick pit stop in Elfornada to get the light clay item, which will let Storm's Aurora Veils last 8 turns instead of 5. Wait, that's not light clay. Ah, there we go. Atticus was waiting for us at the poison base, and Storm started us off with an Aurora Veil. He had to take a Toxic, but well worth it. Zoom swapped in and was looking amazing for us in this battle with a poison immunity. After a couple Swords Dances, Zoom went in on the attack, easily knocking out Skunk Tank, Reverum, and Muck with Earthquakes. But the Starmobile launched a Flame Charge. Didn't know it had that. Why does it have Flame Charge? Fortunately, Aurora Veil was still up, so Zoom was able to take it quite nicely. 2 Earthquakes later, it was over. Zoomy went crazy for us, an amazing performance. Another Starbase in our rearview mirror. Before taking on Larry at the normal type gym, we made our way up the mountain in search of a new team member. Wait, Pyro, why are you in the snow region? Are you lost, buddy? Need help getting home? Oh my gosh, so many ice types. They're all beautiful. I can't decide, but we can only have one for now. Holy crap, did you really have to pop out of nowhere, Beartick? Definitely not picking you if you're going to be so annoying. One of you would make an excellent addition to the team. Yikes, forgot you had Metal Claw. Let's get Storm out of there. All right, that's a hilarious view. Yes. Welcome to the team, Sneaky. All right, let's get out of here. Holy Sneaky, run! The bear is back! Sneaky, hurry! Sneaky, return! Okay, we're away from the bear, and I'm realizing that Sneaky is actually level 38, so unfortunately over-leveled for the Larry battle and won't be able to join us quite yet, but he's Dark-type Terra, which is good for us, minus special attack nature. Very nice. Actually, before boxing Sneaky, let's get him evolved with a Razor Claw. Looking good, big dog. We'll get you back on the team shortly. We need to get everyone else up to the level cap, and happy coincidence, Godzilla evolved too. And as an Arctobax, it actually packs a pretty heavy punch. Feeling powerful, Godzilla wanted to lead for us against Larry. Alright, Larry, do you have an answer for Godzilla? A big Dragon Claw almost got the KO against Kamala, which followed up with a Yawn. Fortunately, Godzilla was holding a Chesto Berry, so she could finish off Kamala without falling asleep. Godzilla weakened to Dunsparce, but after a Hyper Drill, time to switch out. Storm swapped in and set up an Aurora Veil and fought through a Para to blizzard away the 4-segmented circular object creature. Larry turned to his ace Staraptor. With 2 turns of Snow left and 6 turns of Veil, there was really no reason to switch Storm out at this point. A critical hit Facade did way more damage than I thought. Storm hung on though, and Prancer came in to wipe out Staraptor with an Ice Shard. Make that 5 gyms defeated for our Icy heroes. Oh man, Nimona wants to fight again, and she actually has a Skeleturge this time. We actually got super bailed here. Lycanroc went for Excel Rock. If it went for a stronger rock move, it may have been the end of Godzilla. We swapped to Zoom, who Terra'd and set up with a Swords Dance. Lycanroc went down to an Iron Head, and Pomo was eliminated by an Earthquake. Storm switched in to set up an Aurora Veil. It's going to be almost impossible to beat the Skeleturge if we don't have Veil up. Prancer then hit the field to set up a Rain Dance to weaken Skeleturge's Torch Songs. Oh, well that's awkward. I forgot that Prancer was holding the Assault Vest, so no Rain Dance, I guess? Well, Ice Punch it is. You were always my first choice. And time for our greatest fear, Skeleturge. huge relief for our team to get through Skeledirge unscathed. With Nemona defeated once more, Sneaky was able to rejoin the team. We ventured up the mountain, making our way closer to a battle with Rhyme. The cold winter air rejuvenated my icy ones. They were ready for any kind of fight against Rhyme. Back in his natural habitat, Storm wanted to take the lead for us in this battle, and I trust my starter. Storm partnered with Sneaky, and our defensive juggernaut was going on the attack this time. Terra Ice, 2 blizzards, and a little help from Sneaky. Storm annihilated Rhyme's Banette and Mimikyu. Rhyme sent out Toxtricity and Houndstone, and our ice types just kept firing. Another gym badge for the squad. Hassel from the Elite Four came to see us after the battle, and I'm sorry, big dog, you're going to have a hard time with this team. As we were leaving the ice region, I took a moment to check out our team. We still needed a 6th Pokemon. And just as I was thinking about setting out to look for another Mon, a little Snover approached us from the distance. This little buddy wanted to join the team. Welcome to the team, Frosty. Unfortunately for us, Frosty is an Ice-type Terra instead of Grass, but that's okay. I still think Frosty can do big things for us. Before taking on Tulip at the Psychic Gym, Nemona wanted a rematch. Frosty wanted to win a battle as a Snover before evolving, so we led with Frosty to take on Lycanroc. Frosty fought through Sand Attack Cheese and landed a Giga Drain. And after barely living a Rock Slide, Frosty finished off Lycanroc. Zoom came in to take care of Sliggoo with an Icicle Crash. Staring down Pawmot, Storm set up an Aurora Veil, and Pawmot hit us with Paralysis. That's no problem though, because we needed to bring out Prancer before Skeledirge came in. Prancer terrestrialized, but was hit with a Thunder Wave. The big homie fought through the Para though and set up the rain, knowing Skeledirge was up next. Then tanked a Spark and swept away Pawmot with an Ice Spinner. In the rain, Skeledirge's Torch Song did nothing to us, but if Prancer couldn't fight through Paralysis, we'd be in big trouble. With the rain set up and Mystic Water as a held item, it was a clean one-shot for Prancer. And after the battle, Frosty evolved. Tulip time. Godzilla started things off for the Ice Squad and bit through Farigiraf for an easy KO. Under Aurora Veil with a Swords Dance up, Zoom iron-headed Gardevoir into the ground and took care of a Spathra with a couple Earthquakes. Tulip's prize flower was also no match for Zoomy, another Ironhead. Put your hands up, y'all. The Ice team is going crazy. Even an herbed up Great Tusk couldn't halt our momentum. Okay, the crit was lucky, but we were going to win anyway, Team Trust. Time to assert Ice supremacy over Grusha. There can only be one true Ice champion atop the mountain. But first, Alright, Grusha, let's do this. An Aurora Veil from Storm, and then it was Zoom season. Thanks to Zoomy, we picked up our final gym badge. Next up on our icy path of destruction, Ortega's Fairies. A Giga Drain from Frosty weakened to Azumarill, then we swapped to Zoom to soak up an incoming bounce attack. Zoomy is on fire for us right now. Down goes Azumarill, 2 more Iron Heads to eliminate Dashbun. Wigglytuff? See you later. Zoom stayed in to weaken the Starmobile, but after being hit by Confusion, we swapped to Prancer, who finished off the fight with an Ice Spinner. Let him hear you, Prancer. None of our ice types are going down on this run. Confidence up, but our toughest fight is up next. Aries fighting types have super effective damage into our entire team. Not only that, but 2 of our Pokemon are 4 times weak to fighting moves. And Aries Starmobile has a Steel move, which is 4 times super effective against Storm. I took to the mountains to contemplate next steps. Honestly, I didn't know what to do, but she did. It was Godzilla's time. Godzilla nearly wiped out Ares' entire team. I didn't want to risk her going down to the Starmobile though, so we'd have to switch out. Frosty swapped in to set up an Aurora Veil, but was taking big hits from the Starmobile. After 2 straight shift gears, Frosty was able to fire off another Blizzard. We only needed one more hit to bring it down, but the Starmobile was sitting at +2 attack. Without any good switch-ins, Frosty stayed in to try and get off another Blizzard. This could be the end of Frosty. Frosty somehow lived, but got paralyzed. We need you to fight Frosty. Frosty soloed the Starmobile, our toughest fight so far, beaten. Dang it, Luxray, I'm trying to celebrate here. Alright, on to the next challenge. Dondozo, I'm sorry, Frosty is on one right now. She ain't losing. Goodbye. Tatsugiri time, and unfortunately, a devastating blow. We lost Arvin's Greedent. Okay, not that big of a loss. Prancer finished off Tatsugiri, and the very good boy Mabostiff was restored to full health. Can the Elite Four handle our ice crew? Let's find out. Whoops, failed the assessment, run over. Nah, we're still good. Rika's ground types are weak to ice, and Frosty's grass attacks, so yeah. Not too much trouble from Rika. Sneaky finished off her last 2 Mons with Ice Spinners. On to Poppy, the littlest E4 member, whose steel types are actually kind of a huge problem for us. Poppy set up Stealth Rocks, which is really annoying for our team, but Frosty polished off Copperage with Earth Powers. Anticipating a Brave Bird attack from Corviknight, I swapped into Zoom, but it Iron Defensed. Yikes! Zoom teared and chipped away at Corvo, but with boosted defense, we need a special attacker. Storm fired off a Blizzard and was able to survive an Iron Head. Finally, the pesky bird was dealt with. Magnezone came in for Poppy, another huge problem for our team. Zoom went in for us, and the Flash Cannon did way more than I thought it would. Zoom outsped Magnezone and Earthquaked it down to 1 HP. Unfortunately, this was it for Zoom. What? Spared by a light screen, Zoom finished off Magnezone. Bronzong was next, and Frosty swapped in to set up an Aurora Veil. With Snow Up and Aurora Veil set, we had the opportunity to get Godzilla on the field for a Dragon Dance. After soaking up an Iron Head, Godzilla did Godzilla things, dispatching of Bronzong with Crunch and knifing through Tinkaton with an Earthquake. Larry's flying types were up next. Seeing as Tropius would die to a Snowflake, Storm's Blizzard did the trick. Altaria? Wow, how many 4x weaknesses to ice do you have, Larry? Storm set up an Aurora Veil just for safety against Staraptor, and then yeah, more blizzards. The snow ended as Larry's Flamigo entered battle, so Storm would have to hit a 70% accurate Blizzard. Storm is so clutch though. Larry down for the 2nd time. Hassel's Dragon types are the only thing standing in the way of my Icy One's path to Gita, and I don't like his chances. Frosty blew away Noivern with a Blizzard, and Zoom went super fast with Slush Rush in the snow, steamrolling through Degalgi, Haxorus, and Flapple. Baxcalibur came out for Hassel, and Storm is the perfect counter, so Hassel goes down. Time for Champion Gita. No time for games. Our starter Storm leads for us. A big Blizzard against Gita's Espathra, an Aurora Veil, and another Blizzard. An excellent start. Zoom came in to try and deal with King Gambit, and after a Swords Dance, was able to finish off with a couple Earthquakes. Avalugg took the field for Gita, a pretty tough matchup for our team. Storm was weakened by Espathra, but gave us our best chance. What we really needed to do was reset Aurora Veil for when we go up against Gita's Glomora, so with Storm sitting at 32 HP, all we could do is hope Storm could survive another body press. Only Storm. Our starter finished off Avalugg with a Dazzling Gleam, Godzilla impaled Go-Goat with a Glaive Rush, Sneaky swapped in against Veluza. Psycho Cut? Sorry, that's not gonna work. The Sneaky one terastallized and one-shot the fish, leaving Glomora as Gita's last mon standing. A Terra Blast from Sneaky took it below half health. Sneaky soaked up a Dazzling Gleam and lifted the Ice team to champion status with a final Terra Blast. Unfortunately, we'd have to go villain mode in our next battle, facing the true hero of Pokemon Scarlet, Arvin's Mabostiff. Hey, Greedent's back! And he's gone. With an Aurora Veil shielding Prancer, she ate a Fire Blast like a champ, and rotated past Scoville and with a couple ice spinners. Prancer stayed in to finish Garganical, and Toadscruel, quad weak to ice, also couldn't handle Prancer's spinniness. Frosty defeated Cloyster, leaving only Mabastiff. Arvin failed his good doggo by going for a Fire Fang into a swapped-in Godzilla. With a boosted attack, this fight was over. At this point, Storm is getting a little bit over-leveled, so we're going to box him for the Clavel fight. Sorry, buddy. After a frosty blizzard, Sneaky came in to finish off Clavel's Oranguru. Then Terra to survive Houndoom's Fire Blast and finished off the Hound. Clavel's Abomasnow didn't have an answer for Sneaky either. Gyarados came in with an Intimidate, so time to switch out. And it randomly started to rain, pretty unlucky for us. I also didn't know that Gyarados had Stone Edge. I went for a Dragon Dance, but thankfully Godzilla lived, and Gyarados went down to a Glaive Rush. In one of my worst decisions of the run, I swapped out Baxcalibur for Frosty, giving Clavel's Poltergeist way too much respect. After getting burned, Frosty took a big Shadow Ball crit. Yeah, that close to going down. She saved herself with a Giga Drain though, and Prancer finished off the teacup. Zoom came in against Meowscarada, and a Flower Trick and Thunder Punch didn't do a whole lot, so Zoomy locked in and won the battle for us with an Icicle Crash. Here's the issue though, not only is Storm overleveled, so is Zoom now. So we'll have to take on Cassiopeia with both of them sitting on the bench. It's also hard to root against Penny with an all-Evolution team, but the Ice Train stops for no one. The Frosty one led for us against Umbreon, setting up an Aurora Veil. Umbreon is a tank, but can't really do any damage, so it took a few hits, but eventually Frosty got it done. Flareon would certainly cut through Frosty like a hot knife through butter, so time to switch out. Godzilla swapped in and picked up the Thermal Exchange boost, and easily dispatched the Firefox with an Earthquake. Leafeon out next, not much of a threat, so Godzilla powered up with a Dragon Dance. A couple Ice Shards ended everyone's least favorite evolution. Tank Orion emerged as the next challenger and somehow survived an Earthquake and then whiffed on a Hydro Pump. Jolteon, eh? Probably not living an Earthquake. Penny's last mon is a Sylveon, and its Terra Moonblasts hit like a truck. I went to Frosty. Okay, that didn't work. Prancer is holding the Assault Vest for this battle, so hopefully she takes the hits a bit better. In a close-fought battle, Prancer eventually wore down Sylveon and clinched the win for the team with a final Ice Shard. Team Star defeated and a new level cap established, so Storm and Zoom can rejoin the team for the Nemona battle. Nemona took one last opportunity to take a jab at our Ice types. Honestly, it's a bit low, Nemona. Our team will let our battling do the talking for us. We each took a turn to set up. Nemona Stealth Rocks, Frosty Aurora Veil. Frosty narrowly survived a Stone Edge crit and fired back with a Giga Drain. Frosty stayed in against Nemona's Pawmot and just kept living hits. Frosty wanted it more plain and simple and powered through Pawmot with an Earth Power. After some leftovers recovery, I decided to keep Frosty in against Earthworm. Frosty was just on a different level, dodging an Iron Tail and getting a Blizzard Freeze. Godzilla got a clean switch because of the freeze, then cleaned up with an Ice Shard. Then weakened to Dunsparce, but was forced to switch after getting blasted by a Dragon Rush. We needed an Aurora Veil set up for Skeledirge anyway, so a good opportunity for Storm to come in. Our starter finished off to Dunsparce, then got the Aurora Veil up, allowing him to survive a Sludge Bomb. Zoom's Poison immunity came in handy on the switch-in, Goodra couldn't handle the Icicle Crash, and Nemona was left with only her trusty Skeledirge. We swapped to Prancer and honestly took the Torch Song pretty well and set up a Rain Dance. After taking another Torch Song, Prancer went for the win. I couldn't believe it. We lost Prancer. But how did this happen though? Not long ago, we one-shot Skeledirge with a Rain Mystic Water-boosted Liquidation. I guess this time we just got the low roll. That one hurts. Fueled by rage, Sneaky jumped on the field and obliterated Skeledirge with a Terra Blast. Well, at least we convinced Nemona that Ice types are the way. But we'd have to face Professor Sada with only 5 Pokemon. Time to go into the depths of Area Zero for our final battle to prove our Ice types can hang with anyone. After walking on a downwards descent for 30 minutes, we finally made our way to Sada. Sneaky led off for the Ice Squad and immediately one-shot Sada's Slitherwing.
Still waiting for a big smile out of you. You're up. What's the story? Are you not happy, or you're only half happy, or?
Still to be happy about. Job's not finished. Job finished? I don't think so.
Sneaky's right, we haven't done anything yet. Frosty entered the fray, switching in against Screamtail and set up an Aurora Veil. In a close tilt, Frosty eventually willed her way past Screamtail with a final Blizzard. Frosty was in no condition to continue battling, so we swapped one quad fire weak Pokemon for another one, sending out Zoom. But amazingly, the assault vested Zoom took 2 mystical fires and one-shot Fluttermane with an Iron Head. Knowing we'd get taken out by a Brute Bonnet Sucker Punch, we swapped to Storm, who set up our second Aurora Veil of the battle, and finished off the Mushroom with a Blizzard and a Dazzling Gleam. 2 Pokemon left. Sandy Shocks went in for Sada, Storm's Blizzard left it with 1 HP, and he'd have to survive a quad super effective Flash Cannon. Storm did Storm things, living the hit, and then sent Shocks to the scrap heap with another Blizzard. Sada's ace, Roaring Moon, with an attack boost from Booster Energy, is her last Mon standing. With Storm on low health, we pivoted to Godzilla, who tanked a Stone Edge, recovered with a Citrus Berry, and went for a Glaive Rush. The snow ended 1 turn too early. We lost Godzilla. There was only one hope left. The sneaky one. Sneaky did it. 6 ice Pokemon conquered all of Paldea and proved, you know what? Ice types aren't too shabby after all. What a journey. Thanks for coming along for the ride, everyone. Shout out to Prancer, Godzilla, Sneaky, Zoom, Frosty, and of course Storm for being the bestest of icy ones. See y'all in the next one.